The evening began like so many others, soft and unremarkable on the surface, yet destined to carve a scar I'd carry forever. He asked me something simple, something that sounded casual, even playful. A question tossed into the air, as though it were harmless. But when I answered with honesty, everything shattered. What had been light-hearted and intimate dissolved in an instant, leaving me with nothing but the echo of his absence. We had been wrapped in an easy kind of closeness that night. The living room glowed warmly, a half-empty bottle of wine between us, our laughter carrying through the stillness. His hand brushed against mine now and then, small touches that felt like promises. I leaned into his grin, savoring the comfort of being entirely myself. For months, we had been building something that felt effortless, something that seemed unbreakable. I couldn't have known that a single question was waiting, sharp enough to sever it all. He leaned back, eyes glinting with mischief, and asked, "So, how many people have you been with?" At first I laughed, thinking it a joke. His tone was breezy, but when I hesitated, his expression hardened. He pressed for the truth, insistence replacing playfulness. His voice no longer teased, it demanded. I could see the challenge in his stare, as though my answer would be a test of both of us. I warned him he might not be ready, but his pride rose to meet the moment. He told me he could handle it. So I answered. Not with shame, not with apology, but with honesty. The moment the words left my lips, the air shifted. The smile vanished from his face. His eyes flickered with something I couldn't name, shock, disappointment, maybe even contempt. His silence was heavier than any outburst could have been. Then he stood. No arguments, no raised voice, no attempts to understand. Just a cold finality in the words, "I can't handle this." He grabbed his coat and walked out. I sat frozen, waiting for him to return, expecting the door to swing open again with an explanation, a chance to mend what had broken. But all that remained was the sharp crack of the door slamming shut. That was the last time I ever saw him. No message, no call, nothing but absence. At first, rage filled me. Rage that he had asked a question without being prepared for the truth. Rage that something so insignificant, a number, a past that had no bearing on the person I had become, was enough to erase everything we shared. After the anger came grief. I replayed it endlessly, wondering if I should have softened my answer, chosen silence, or offered something easier to swallow. But why should I? Why should my truth be reshaped to fit someone else's comfort? The bitter irony was that he once said he loved my authenticity, that I was unlike anyone else because I was real. Yet when faced with the reality of me, he recoiled. It made me realize he didn't want the truth. He wanted a version of me that conformed to his expectations. Weeks passed, then months. I half expected a message in the middle of the night, some drunken apology or a plea to start over. It never came. His silence was absolute. And in that silence, I found clarity. If someone cannot accept the life that shaped me, they do not deserve to be in the life I'm living now. I could have lied. I could have smiled and said something palatable. But that wouldn't have been me. And if he couldn't stay because of my honesty, then he was never meant to stay at all. Sometimes I wonder what he thought afterward. Did he convince himself he had taken a noble stand? Or did he sit in his car, realizing he threw away something real over something that no longer mattered? I'll never know, and I don't need to. What I do know is this. Truth is heavy. It strips away those who can't carry it, but it also protects you from those who were never meant to stay. That night, he asked for my past, and I gave it to him without disguise. He chose to leave, but in his absence, I uncovered something far more important. My past may be marked with numbers, but my future is limitless. If he couldn't see beyond a statistic, then losing him wasn't a tragedy. It was freedom. He asked. I answered. He left. And I remained, stronger in my truth than I ever was before.